Okay, so moving over to Final Boss Gowther, we are going to be looking at this boss fight. This one is actually a lot harder than the King one, in my opinion, just because of the way the whole fight works. And it's especially hard to get a really high score on this one. I don't know what is going on with King. I guess just the fact that Derriere can really just make you get insane points just off sheer damage. It's kind of crazy to go from, you know, over here where you can get roughly, I don't know, 20,000 points all the way to Gowther where the max is like a little over 4K, almost 5K. So yeah, it's a little different. I have not been able to get anything below top 10% yet, and I think it's just because it's just a lot different of a fight, and I've not really gotten super used to this one yet. So there's two different teams that you can use. One is the King team with Arthur in the back, and the other one is the Blue Merlin with Marmus in the back. So I'm using the King one just because I'm not gonna dump any sort of resources into Merlin. I just don't think it's really worth it, especially if it's just gonna be for like Final Boss or anything like that. So the team we're using is pretty standard. It's the one that's already on the sort of, you know, top tier list, I guess. But we've got attack defense sets on these two and HP defense on these two, and then we're running some HP food just to try to get a little bit of extra health in there. But yeah, let's go ahead and start this up and see how it goes. So I've already tried this. I've tried to record this video like 3 times, but the fight always ends up going bad because I either end up killing the golems and then get team wiped, or just something along those lines happens. So make sure that if you're doing this fight, you want to try to get as many single target cards with King in this first phase as you can, because honestly, like, if you kill these golems, your run is pretty much dead. His defense and stats like that go insane, so you can't hit him very easily, and he starts doing ridiculous damage. So you want to try to make sure you're not, you know, AoE, or you want to make sure your AoE cards aren't going to kill the boss too quickly. So we're going to throw something like that out. Another thing to note is that if you really want to go for score, the best thing to go for is Dissolve to get rid of the ultimate gauge, which is pretty good for this team specifically because the ult on Hauser can dissolve, the ult on Lilia, and obviously her regular card at level 2 and level 3 will dissolve as well. So another thing is in the first phase, obviously he can attack seal you. Make sure you know, if you're using the King team, you can use the level 1 Purify, which is really nice to have. So let's actually try to maximize some card draw here. But yeah, level 2 Lilia card can actually do pretty much the same, which is also very good. But, you know, it's a little bit harder to get that one off because you have to either draw it like that or draw 2 and merge. So, I don't know. It's a bit different, but, you know, you can make it by. Obviously, if you're going for a high score run, it's going to be a lot of RNG involved. But so far, I've been... if I haven't been recording this fight, it's been pretty consistent with this team, and I've been able to beat it most times. But it does not seem to be the case today. So we are going to throw out, I think, this right here. And then I think we're just going to merge for some extra hand space. So let's see how this goes. This should get him down low enough to where the cleave will kill. All right, cool. I don't know why, but the last 3 times I've recorded, like I said, I've not been able to get past that first little section of the fight, which is so annoying. I really hate this final boss. I don't know what it is. He was really hard back in the day when I didn't have really good gear and stuff like that, and he's still super annoying today, so nice to know that some things never change. But it's also really good that he's back, because I know a lot of people might have missed out on some of the costumes and stuff like that, so yeah. So we're going to throw out, I think we're going to go with the Lilia ult here to try to D-rank a little bit, and that'll give us some dissolve. Obviously, it's not going to work out very good on the golems because they don't have any ult gauge just yet. We can throw that out just for sheer damage, and then we can actually just throw one of these for the heck of it. So obviously these aren't going to do any sort of crazy damage or anything. Even King's ult with 6/6 doesn't really do a whole lot. And if you really want to like maximize your point potential, you actually want to not do an AoE card one turn, so that way they can heal up, and you can just keep going at it to kind of increase your point gain. But honestly, this fight is super annoying, and we're only on turn 4 actually, which is kind of surprising. Well, turn 5, but You can see they give us a lot of debuffs here, so we can actually purge those off and heal a little bit. And I think we're just going to go for a single target attack, and then we're going to go ahead and throw that ult out. Try to get some drain going here. So let's see how this turns out for us. Surprisingly, King does pretty well with a single target, which is always nice. Is this going to drain those two as well? It's not. Okay. It just drained Gowther, which is fine. No big deal there. So at this point, you would kind of want to see whether or not you actually want to go for crazy points or not. We're going to be moving into turn 6. So I think there's potential on this run to actually try and let him heal up. I think we're going to try it out, but just know if I really wanted to, we could probably... I don't know if we could end it this turn specifically because of the cards that we have, but I think we're going to go for a big drain there, do a little bit of a heal, which this is going to let them stay at the same health because we didn't like use single target attacks or anything like that. But yeah, you kind of have to decide on whether or not the run is worth going for and risking it for to try to get a high score, or if you just want to try to make sure you can secure those points that you're going to get. So this should be turn 7. I think we may end up just going ahead and ending it here. So let's get rid of those. Actually, let me do that first. Because like I said, I'm not really the kind of guy who goes for like the insane scores or anything like that. Obviously, I would like to be in top 5%, so that way I could try to get as many rewards as I can, but honestly, it's not a huge deal to me. So I'm just going to try to go for what's in my, realm of possibility here. We should be able to end it right here because we've got a single target attack. Can actually purify right here. I kind of want to... I think we're going to just do the purge. I wanted to do the heal as well, but I don't think there's a good way for me to secure that. Because I don't think Lilia can kill here, honestly. Well, we can do the heal. And then I'm not worried about the ult gauge either way. We can try to hit this off. I don't think that's going to kill, but then the King card should definitely kill. Okay, so good HP. An extra hit in there. Yeah, it didn't kill. I think the level 2 might have killed, actually. Oh, and we don't have a... I forgot that they taunt. I'm stupid. Well, you can see. Like I said, this fight is so annoying compared to the King fight. So, luckily though, we have another HP card. There we go. This should give us a pretty decent amount of HP back. I'm thinking we just merge for points and then we can just ult. So obviously, it's a little bit late. We could have, if we could have finished it a couple of turns ago, it would have gave us a lot better points. But you can see there, at least we win. This is probably 3K. It's a little over 3K, actually. I'm surprised that we got the score that we did with that, honestly. I was expecting a lot, a lot less. But that was 3677. Is that a new high score for me? It is. Actually, that put us in top 5%. So I'm very surprised that brought us up so much. I think people are just kind of running the same sort of setup, and I think it really just depends on RNG on whether or not you're going to get the heals and the debuff purges and stuff and the dissolves that you need to really go for a high score. So they've always been super RNG based, but it is what it is. If I find a more consistent way to get a higher score later in the week or even next week before the final boss ends, I'll try to make a video on that, but that is pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe for more content in the future, and I will see you guys in the next video.